Happy Thursday, March 5th. Hello, everyone. I didn't schedule a live for today. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I have my earphones and my AirPods that I don't need for this, and it'll screw up my laptop and my setup here if I have them. I didn't schedule a live. I missed a lot going on. I have to catch up on the news. I am Cheryl Tupa, Cyber Chick Boston. Happy to be here. I'm just jumping on quickly to catch up on things that we missed. I wanted to do, hey, Amanda. I wanted to do a live at noon today, and I got very distracted and I was very busy. And of course, I get all these messages that Kristi Noem was fired by Trump. So I have not peeked yet at what our friend has to say. And I thought before I peeked, I know I'm so late, Zach. I said I'd be on at noon. Whoops. It was a busy day, but that's okay. I said before I peek at what's going on in the world, I'll jump on with my friends so I don't have to do it. It's less scary if I do it with all of you than if I do it. I haven't even opened up any of the social medias today to check out what's going on. Hold on, I have to start fresh. So I am Cyber Chick Boston. I started a small YouTube channel. Hi, Sherry, in October to talk about the cult my family was in, Twin Flames Universe. And actually, I had something to update on that, but we'll talk about that. I might do that Saturday because I don't want to mix it. And then I started to really like doing live. So we've evolved. Tuesday night is sister night. I think I'm going to get my nieces on again soon. That was fun. And then I just jump on. I'm trying to jump on every day, even if I say it'll be for 20 minutes, but then I go on and on with my investigation. So it takes a little bit longer, but it looks like we have some fun stuff to talk about. I saw that Trump fired Kristi Noem, but I haven't seen it for myself. So we're going to investigate. And what else? It's Thursday. I feel like I've been running since 7 a.m. this morning. So this is my first time to kind of take a breather with you guys. So I jumped on. I didn't dare put a scheduled one because I'd probably be late. And I just gave everyone crap who shows up late for, for their scheduled events. And I'm like, I can't be that person. I'll just wait and do it at the last moment. No videos last night. Someone emailed me and wanted to know what camera I use. I use an Arlo. They're actually old. The Arlos I use are old because to update them now, you have to have a subscription. And I don't like that. I like to just have a Wi-Fi connection, have an alert that it takes a video, and then I can determine if I keep the video or if Arlo keeps it for 30 days and then it deletes. So, all right. Shall we begin? Let's see what we have. I don't even have it open. I have to find YouTube. I have to get set up. I'm not even set up. Where's my friend Aaron? So some of you may know Aaron as part of my family, but he's not. He's no longer part of my family. Aaron Parnez, we like him. He's our go-to person right now for current events. Former lawyer, brilliant. Went to college at the age of 14, graduated law school at 18, went on to a law firm for 5 years, decided he wanted to dabble in being a journalist. Aaron used to be a Republican and in the last election voted for Harris. So he's sort of on the fence. And I can identify with that because I'd rather not vote a party. I'd rather vote for a person. Amanda has a CASA. Okay, I'll look into it. No subscription connects to your phone. I'll have to look at that because my Arlos are getting old and I don't want to go. I just don't want a subscription. I don't know. It seems like a scam, although it's probably worth it. I get a lot of videos. I didn't get any last night or the night before, but I do get a lot of, I'm still getting texts. Is Kristi out? Hold on. I have to let my neighbor who gave up social media for Lent know that Kristi is out. I should tell her I'm live talking about it. That's what I'll tell her. Okay, and I have some thoughts about it, but first let's find out what's going on. Aaron with hi, Random Brockton whore. I love that you changed your name. Yes, Aaron with the good teeth. 26 years old, apparently married, so he won't be joining my family like I thought he would with my niece. Hold on. What? Sorry about the. No, you're fine. That's just your name. We're not judgy. Hi, Rhonda. I didn't do my live today at noon and I missed everybody. Hold on, someone's calling me. Oh my God, someone's calling me. I'm not going to answer. So, oh, it's Kristen. Is it Kristen 1 or Kristen 2? Hi there. So I'm just jumping on. We're going to catch up. I've been getting pings that it's really hard to have a day job and then do this as well because I'm like, oh, I got to get online. I've been talking about Kristi Noem and I heard she got let go. So let's see if she did. Did I share yet? Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, well, we could skip the one where Trump is, let me see, how long is this? We'll skip that one, that Trump is furious with Kristi. Let's just go right to the firing. Let's do it.
We have breaking news right now. Donald Trump has officially fired the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, the first cabinet secretary to be removed by the President of the United States in his second administration. It comes after a disastrous hearing for Kristi Noem on Capitol Hill in front of the United States Senate and the United States House of Representatives. And today she has been fired. She will be replaced by Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin, who is one of a key Trump supporter in the United States Senate. He will be beginning Department of Homeland Security Secretary beginning March 31st. Kristi Noem will be moved to a different position. Meanwhile, Republicans on Capitol Hill have called for Tony Gonzalez, the Republican congressman who had an affair with a staffer who later lit herself on fire and took her own life, to step down from running for re-election. And Congressman Robert Garcia has confirmed that Attorney General Pam Bondi will release more Epstein files very soon. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. The more you like, the more people will see. And subscribe to my Substack with the link below to support my work if you can. This is what Donald Trump put out moments ago.
Okay, that was a lot. Okay, I was reading the chat, so hopefully he's going to go over that again. That was a lot. I'm not going to lie. A lot of info there.
Quote, I am pleased to announce that the highly respected United States Senator from the great state of Oklahoma, Markwayne Mullin, will become the United States Secretary of Homeland Security, DHS, effective March 31st, 2026. The current Secretary, Kristi Noem, who has served us well and has had numerous and spectacular results, especially on the border, will be moving to Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas, our new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere we are announcing on Saturday in Doral, Florida. I thank Kristi for her service at Homeland. Serving 10 years in the United States.
Hold on, it has security in it. I have to go back. A new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere. We are announcing on Saturday. Kind of felt like you just announced it. She's moving on to a special envoy, the Shield of the Americas. That sounds made up, but okay. Okay, we can.
House of Representatives and 3 in the Senate. Markwayne has done a tremendous job representing the wonderful people of Oklahoma, where I won all 77 out of 77 counties in 2016, 2020, and 2024. A MAGA warrior and formerly undefeated professional MMA fighter, Markwayne truly gets along with people and knows the wisdom and courage required to advance our America First agenda. As the only Native American in the Senate, Markwayne is a fantastic advocate for our incredible tribal communities. Markwayne will work tirelessly to keep our borders secure. First shoe to drop, if you want to know why Kristi Noem was fired, let's talk about it. It's because of her disastrous performance
As a security person, I just look for like Homeland Security. Someone should have a lot of cyber security, criminal, FBI, intelligence in their background. And I don't see that, but I'm not going to judge.
In front of the United States House and in front of the United States Senate. Let's talk about it.
After the 2 killings in Minneapolis, and I think there's a lot of video on them, Madam Secretary. I think people can see the video and draw their own conclusions. Are you and your department conducting an investigation of those?
Sir, the investigation is being led by the FBI. HSI was involved. In fact, our HSI agents on the ground.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I got so little time. I believe at the time you said these were acts of domestic terrorism. Is that right?
Sir, in answer to questions at the press conference that afternoon, it was that it appeared to be.
Yeah. But you said these appeared to be acts of domestic terrorism.
And as I've said previously in this hearing,
But
is that
first, Madam Secretary, did you say
we're getting
that? I think it's been
information from
widely
a chaotic
reported.
scene on the
Did you say
ground
that?
and relaying information to the American people.
Okay. Now, again, those videos are public. People can draw their own conclusions. I think it'd be safe to say you got some pushback on that.
Mhm.
Would that be fair?
Yes, sir.
And you had some criticism. I'm not saying the criticism was accurate or inaccurate. I think you did. What got my attention was that you blamed those statements on Mr. Stephen Miller at the White House. Did you not?
No, sir, I did not. And in fact, where you're seeing that is in a news article of anonymous sources. And anonymous sources say a lot of things, but I've never said that at all.
Well, here's what you said on the record. I'm going to read your words. Quote, "Everything I've done at the direction of the president and Stephen."
Sir, where did you see me say that at? You read that in
It
a
was
news
reported
article with no
You
sources
said it on
affiliated
the
to.
record on January 27th of 2026. Did I
Sir,
read your words accurate?
I enjoy working with the president and with Stephen Miller. And that day we were working to get as much information to the American people as possible. That is what we'll continue to do. And as that happens, we'll go
do you
forward.
think it was fair to blame Mr. Miller?
Sir,
for
I did
your
not do
words?
that.
I'm bored. Get
You're
on.
reading
I'm
from
on
a
the
newspaper
platform.
article
Yes,
with
ma'am.
anonymous sources.
Are you denying that you said that?
Sir, I'm not going to speak to that situation that is relayed on anonymous sources that no
This
one
wasn't
has heard me
anonymous.
say that.
It was you.
But that's not the only moment that got her in major trouble today. Here's the other moment that really, really set the president off.
How do you square that concern for waste, which I share,
Mhm.
with the fact that you have spent $220 million running television advertisements that feature you prominently?
Sir, the president tasked me with getting the message out to the country and to other countries where we were seeing the invasion come from, with putting commercials out that told them that if they were in this country illegally, that they needed to leave, or we would detain them and remove them, and they'd not get the chance to come back to America the right way.
The
That has been
president
extremely effective.
asked you to run these advertisements, is that right?
We had that conversation, yes, before I was put in this position and sworn in.
Only 2 minutes left of this one. So hi, Aaron. I never liked Noam either, or Bondi. We're going to watch something on Bondi too. Hi, Aaron. It's good to see everyone. You know, I've been going live at noon. I think you get a different group of people later on in the day and then at night too. I have a really hard time going live at night just because I'm in the command center all day. And once I get out, I'm like, oh, I'm not going back up there. So, what did I want to say about this? So a question I'm going to ask you guys. You can think about it while we watch this, because it's interesting to watch how these hearings went this week. Obviously, the Republicans were going at her. And I'm just curious, do you think that President Trump told them, like, go at her, and then I'm going to fire her, so it's not surprising? I think about it in terms of like a corporation, because that's how it works sometimes. Or do you think they acted independently and then he acted independently after seeing how they acted? I'm just curious how you think it's all tied together. I think it's all done in the back room, just like in corporate America, but just curious. And not, again, this isn't, the Democrats do the same thing. They all do it. Just curious, just think about it.
And confirmed, and since then as well.
Okay. Did you bid out those services?
So that first part of the question, she said she spoke with Donald Trump about these ads. Uh-oh. Put it this way. His recollection and hers are different. Senator Kennedy says after his conversation with POTUS. She's on her way out, and that's why. Now, meanwhile, congressional Republicans are calling on Tony Gonzalez to step down. They said in a statement today, quote, "The Ethics Committee has announced an investigation into Congressman Tony Gonzalez's conduct, and we urge them to act expeditiously. Congressman Gonzalez has said he will fully cooperate with the investigation. We have encouraged him to address these very serious allegations directly with his constituents and his colleagues. In the meantime, leadership has asked Congressman Gonzalez to withdraw from his race for re-election." And at the same time, on Capitol Hill, the Department of Justice has announced that it has found documents in the Epstein files to give to the public. Quote, "One day after we won a vote in House Oversight with United Democrat members to subpoena Pam Bondi, the DOJ just announced that they plan to post more Epstein files. This is after they took down 50,000 files with no explanation. We are going to end this White House cover-up. We will see what files they release. It's probably about a cache about 47 to 50,000 files. Once we release them, once they have them, I will be going through them and I will provide you updates. We will see if the Trump administration decides to release the files as it relates to Donald Trump himself. I'm not personally holding my breath because, as you know, they want to protect the president as much as possible, but we will see. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, subscribe to my Substack to
Thanks,
support my work.
Aaron.
Click the link below.
He has a bunch of other ones. I'm going to watch one other one, but not right now. It's okay to time Zach out. I do it sometimes just for fun in Jess's, and he doesn't even do anything. And then it's funny to see other people get mad and say, "Why did you time out Prince of Wales? He didn't do anything wrong." And I'm like, he irritated me. So I do it just a little bit. It feels like a little, oh yeah, my question is, do you think that, I mean, they must get in the room and talk about it and say, let's bring her down, right? Because it's not one person stood up for her. Jenna fell at 5. It feels like a behind the scenes decision, but anything could be possible. I mean, they could all independently have hated her, but it just seems all of a sudden to me. I mean, yeah, we love Aaron. People were upset when you timed out Zach. Maybe we should just make it a game and do it. Do it whenever. Yeah, side-eye. Jess, do you mod for Baker? I know he's your hall pass, and it's laminated, so that's it. Yeah, it's crazy. It does feel calculated. It does. I feel out of touch because all this happened, and I was not able to watch any of it. So, hold on. Let's see if there was something about. I want to go deeper into. I want to go deeper into Pam Bonds without like spending a lot of time on it. Here it is, Bondi. I'm going to listen to this because I don't know if it's going to be any different than what he just said. Let's just be patient. Let's just listen.
We have breaking news this afternoon. A massive, massive loss for the Trump Justice Department right now. Attorney General Pam Bondi has been forced and subpoenaed to testify in front of the House Oversight Committee in the Epstein investigation. Republicans broke from the Justice Department, joining Democrats to vote to subpoena Pam Bondi. At the same time, the Trump Justice Department tried to prosecute former President Joe Biden along with other Biden officials, and they failed. They were not able to build a case. All while Secretary Kristi Noem of Homeland Security has faced significant grilling on Capitol Hill to the point where she is demanding to essentially almost leave the committee hearing today. Lots of news to cover. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. The more you like, the more people see this. Subscribe to my Substack. Click the link below to support my work. We have war in Iran, and we have the Epstein files at home, which I'm never going to forget about. So please support my work. Subscribe today. Let's jump right into it. Look at this. That is a vote on Republican Representative Nancy Mace's motion to subpoena Attorney General Pam Bondi. The vote was 24-19. An official subpoena will be issued by the House Oversight Committee. This is not something you can just defy. This is not something Pam Bondi can claim executive privilege over. She has to appear in front of the House Oversight Committee.
I can't wait.
She has to testify regarding the Epstein files, specifically regarding her department's handling of the Epstein investigation. And here are the Republicans who joined all of the Democrats. Lauren Boebert from Colorado, Tim Burchett, Representative Cloud, Representative Nancy Mace, and Scott Perry. That's 5 Republicans joining all Democrats. As you can see, they voted to issue the subpoena to Pam Bondi. She will have to come on Capitol Hill and testify in front of the House Oversight Committee, specifically as it relates to the Epstein files and the Epstein investigation. This is not, remember that crazy hearing with Pam Bondi in front of the Judiciary Committee that we had,
Yes.
what was it now, 2 weeks ago? This is a very different hearing because this is specifically related to the Epstein files. This is not related to just general oversight of the Department of Justice. This is related to the Department of Justice's handling of the Epstein files and the failure
That's what I was
of the
worried
Department of Justice to follow the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And it comes at a very precarious time for this Justice Department because this afternoon, we're learning that the DOJ tried to prosecute Joe Biden and other Biden-era officials over the AutoPen, and yet they failed. The New York Times is reporting that the Justice Department, after calls by President Trump to investigate former President Joe Biden, scrutinized whether Biden and his aides broke the law in using the AutoPen to sign presidential documents, but was ultimately unable to move forward with making a case. The department's failure to build a criminal case against Joe Biden and his aides is the latest example of its increasing inability to follow through on Trump's demands and bring indictments against those he wants criminally targeted. Some of those cases were rejected by grand juries, some were rejected by judges, and some, like the AutoPen case, has been abandoned by prosecutors. But the fact, and this is a key point, the fact that prosecutors even pursued the matter to begin with reflects the degree to which Donald Trump is trying to use the powers of the federal government to go after Joe Biden, to go after those in the Biden presidency. That is pretty significant. And well, it was led by none other, Jeanine Pirro, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C. We knew that. The inquiry was quietly shelved in recent months around the time that prosecutors under Pirro sought to get an indictment against Democratic lawmakers for that seditious video. Remember, I call it the Seditious 6 video. That's what they called it. It was the video. Those are not my words, by the way. I don't think there was sedition. It was the video where Alyssa Slotkin, Mark Kelly, and a few other Democratic members of Congress essentially told those serving in combat to follow your oath. They called it sedition. They tried to go after them. They failed. They tried to go after Joe Biden for the AutoPen. They failed. It comes as preliminary Pentagon cost estimate that the war in Iran cost American taxpayers, cost you $1 billion a day, according to Nancy Youssef, a reporter at The Atlantic. $1 billion taxpayer dollars every single day. On Capitol Hill today, Kristi Noem faced significant grilling from lawmakers. One of the key moments, though, was when they asked her about her relationship with Corey Lewandowski. Take a listen to this back and forth with Kristi Noem.
Well, Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure as Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
Reclaiming
And
my
ma'am, one thing that I would tell you is that he is a special government employee who works for the White House. There are thousands of them in the federal government.
So reclaiming my
As an
time,
advisor,
Secretary, it is
and has
okay for
no-
you to be
no
offended
authority
by
to
the
be making
question.
any
It is
decisions.
okay for you to
Has
be
no
offended
authority
by
to
the question.
making
But it is
decisions
also
and
a
putting
real
up with
question.
decisions. So what I would say
And
to
you should be able to
is
answer the
that what we do
question
at the Department of Homeland Security
clearly
every single
and without
day,
any hesitation.
every single day is to protect
If
this
someone
country.
is asking
make
if
decisions.
you or any federal official is sleeping
have-
with their subordinate, that should
I
be
have-
the easiest. You should be wanting to answer that question.
Is garbage.
Because it is not about
It is
your sex
offensive
life.
that you have brought
It is
that up.
about your
So
judgment.
that kind of garbage
It is
has
about
been refuted
reclaiming
for
my
years.
time so
And
that
you
I
need
can
to
hear myself.
recognize-
on the
belongs-
chair.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from California, but it'd be nice if you would let her respond.
I will. I want to let you know it is about your judgment and decision-making. It is about the 260,000 employees that work under you that want to make sure that you are giving information and making decisions clearly. It is about conflict of interest. It is about a national security risk. Department of Homeland Security was created right after 9/11 to protect the homeland. And DHS has circulated an internal bulletin to law enforcement partners warning that the conflict of the war we're in could inspire lone actors or small-scale.
At the same time, on Capitol Hill, they're debating war powers resolution. Here's what Hakeem Jeffries, Democratic leader, said before voting on the war powers resolution.
Article 1 of the Constitution explicitly provides Congress with the sole authority to declare war. There is nothing ambiguous about that.
Okay. That's all I can take for the yelling for today. It's going through me, but it's good to get caught up. I think it's really funny that Kristi Noem was accused of, I mean, she obviously is having an affair. She's not hiding it. I think that everyone talks about it, but it's funny that her husband's in there sitting behind her. Yikes. Okay, what's going on, Kristen? We need to back Lacey up. Lacey could use some backup when she goes live at 4:30. I have a meeting, but I can probably read a chat and help her. She got some people picking on her. I don't like that. She did a people watching bingo the other night, and apparently that's some guy's thing, and they have been coming at her. Oh, there's enough room for everybody to play on the internet. I probably am copying someone doing this, but look, if you're new here, I just said, if I'm going to get caught up on the day's event, I like company, so I'm not doing it alone, especially once the war started. War makes me nervous. I get anxious. I want to be kept up to date. Would love to hear from you guys. If you have some, I'll get Lacey's channel and drop it. And I have to do it on my phone because it's easier for me. So I'm sorry if I'm looking at my phone instead of at the camera. Just bear with me. But I'd love more independent sources. I found Aaron. I think he's phenomenal. I also have Tara. I have a few other sources. I tend to lean towards either lawyers. I don't know why, former lawyers or journalists. I'd rather not have just politicians because, you know, where's their alliance? I don't know. What am I doing? I'm looking up Lacey. Hold on. I have a couple of thoughts before I leave. Criminally confident. I will put it here for you guys. We support each other. At least I support everyone. There's plenty of room for everyone to do whatever they want. What's this called? What's going on? Yeah, that's me. Oh, sorry. Okay, here's her channel. Okay. Is Prince of Wales leaving? Is he leaving? Bye. What's the bye? No, he's spelled bye differently, so maybe he's not. Am I muted? You know, something weird happens on my setup here. So I have four. You guys don't care. My microphone will once in a while shift to a different output, which is not the monitor that I'm on right now. It'll go to my laptop. It'll go to a different monitor, but right now it's here, so it's good. So if I ever all of a sudden sound tinny or whatever, the quality of my sound is really important to me. So that means Guy's channel. I know that might I don't know who Jay is. Wait a minute, Zach, you're a mod? Where are you a mod? What's Jay's channel? Jay's the bully. I don't know. I'm not keeping up. Okay, so one thing that I want to bring to your attention that bothered me, I don't have it to put on the screen because I was reading it on my phone, so I pinned it. I don't know if this is common. I guess it probably is. You know how everyone bets on absolutely everything in life? Like there's a bet on you can make money in Vegas on anything. It made me sick when I read this, that one day before the United States and Israel launched an attack on Iran, a surge in big bets placed on Polymarket suggested that some bettors may have seen a strike coming. Polymarket, one of the world's largest prediction markets, allows its users to wager anonymously on just about any future event, including elections and sports, and it has also allowed betting on war. And since the end of last year, more than 529 million has been traded on the predictions of when United States would attack Iran after it's struck Iranian nuclear facilities last June. The New York Times analysis of Polymarket data over that period found that it was relatively uncommon for someone to bet a significant amount of money that a US strike would happen by the next day. However, over the course of Friday, more than 150 accounts placed hundreds of bets of at least $1,000, correctly predicting an American strike on Iran by Saturday. That made me sick when I read that. So there's insider trading information. People are making money off of the war. Bets of $1,000 or more that US would strike Iran. Oh, I said that. The 11th hour betting, which totaled $855,000, makes you think it was someone who knew something about the timing. At least 16 accounts ultimately profited by over $100,000, according to Times analysis, and 109 accounts made over $10,000. Like, what the F? You're betting on lives. You're betting on, you're betting the strike would happen Saturday, okay? Like, how do you know that? Why is that legal? You should not be able to bet on war. You should not be able to make money. I am going to call my congressman and tell him I want a bill passed that makes that illegal. That should be illegal. I don't care. Bet on your sports, bet on the weather, bet on whether mergers are going to happen. Don't bet on war. I don't know. I didn't know that was legal. I didn't know it was a thing. When I learn something, you learn something. Hey, Freeze Frame. Thanks for joining. You're late catching up. I'm late coming here. This is my noon. It's almost 4 o'clock. It's my noon update. I was late, but that's okay. So that made me mad. That's all I have for the war. I have something else though, so don't hang up yet. Don't go away yet. I do have to keep this one under an hour. I feel like I'm always saying that, and then I'm late for the rest of the day. So what else were we going to talk about? I have one that's in Bay Harbor. So I read a lot. I like to learn. I like to read. I like to listen to books on tape or podcasts or YouTube. I think I was telling you that's why I sucked Sisters Night when we were playing the music game. My husband's music. He's all about music. He made sure that the boys, if they wanted to do a sport, they had to always do an instrument. He loves music. He'd much rather listen to music than read a book. I'm a bookworm. I love Side Eyes Jess. She's always so nice. You do what you want, Cyber. I know, but I don't want to bore people. I did feel like my AI thing was boring, but then I had some people that reached out that said that they like the technology stuff. So we'll do some more tech stuff. Just reading the chat. So what was I saying? I was going on. Oh, yeah, my husband. So he's big into music. The kids actually had a band growing up because he thought in the summer it's better for them to, they love video games, of course, but it'd be better for them to learn songs. So they grew up in a band and they actually made a CD. It's not famous or anything. Don't panic. But it was just a hobby. So music is really important. Why was I talking about this? I don't know. Oh, because that's why I felt like I sucked Tuesday night when we were playing the lyrics game, but I know where I'm going with this. I have an article that I read. That was a long way around an article, isn't it? Yeah, it was cool. Except, when you had teenage boys, because the band was at our house, my youngest was a drummer. My oldest was the guitar player. Nephew was a singer and a bass player, and I don't know, they all did stuff. There was one other player. they would start learning a song and it would just go through me because that's all you heard in the house was loud, horrible music. But then by the end of a week or two, to hear it actually be a song was really cool. And my husband would look at me and say, do not complain that it's too loud. But it's like Sunday, you're just relaxing, and all of a sudden they start up with the amps. It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. Side Eyes Jess is an audiobook person. Love it. Love it. I love reading too, but what I like is I'm always on the go. So it's easy if when I get in the car, I don't want to hear music. I want to hear a story, which I know some people have a really hard time paying attention to that. Hi, Liz. How are you doing, sweetheart? It's good to see you. Prince of Wales will be right back. Oh, Kristen. Well, Kristen, you did great. Kristen won Sisters Game Night. Let's be honest. You won it. Okay, I was showing you an article. And this is really up to, yes, that was such a good book. That's a book I could read over and over again. Bay Harbor Beauty is not here, but this is something we're going to ask her about because I read this and I thought, oh, that is gross. I'm always leery when I buy on Amazon. You just don't know if it's counterfeit or not. So this was, I hired a lab counterfeit test. Sorry, start over. Beauty. I hired a lab to counterfeit test a dozen suspicious beauty products I bought online. Every single one had a problem. Yikes. Now, if you watch Bay Harbor Beauty, and I'll put her link, you should watch her. She did one of her first shows. There was a problem with a specific brand of lipstick, and there were metals, and there were hair in the lipstick. And I thought, well, that they determined that the manufacturer grew too fast and was sloppy with quality control. Okay, I buy that. Then I read this article. Every single one had a problem. I don't know. Do we want to read this? Are we afraid? Are we afraid of this article? All right, we'll read it. Of all the skincare cosmetic products I recently bought online that turned out to be counterfeit, expired, used or problematic, the one that still makes me squirm is curiously distended tube of lip gloss. I have lip oil right next to me. I have glitter pink lip gloss. You're talking my language. I purchased it from a third-party seller, we all do, on Amazon because I wanted to find out how or if someone could really know that the popular beauty product they bought on the internet was a real thing. So I think this is about buying on Amazon, but it's not this. Well, let's read it and find out. I did read the article, but it was a couple days ago. I also ordered a second tube of the same product, Rhode Peptide Lip Treatment, one of Wirecutter's lip gloss picks from the brand's official website, Rhode Skin. This latter purchase was my control group, my straight from the source version, my real thing. From the jump, I found inconsistencies between the two. The tube that arrived from Amazon was about a 1/4 inch longer and slightly different shade than the one I bought from Rhode. In several places, the labeling wasn't a word-for-word match. Plus, the text had been printed with 2 different colored inks. The Amazon version also felt lighter, even though it was the bigger tube. It made me wonder if I would actually received the full 10 milliliters indicated on the label. And then there was the bloating. The tube from Amazon appeared slightly puffy and inflated next to the one from Rhode. That discrepancy wasn't obvious as the others. In fact, I'm not sure I would have noticed the bloating on my own, but I was working with a cosmetic chemist, Rachel Johnson, founder chief chemist at The Charismatic Chemist, a cosmetic research and development lab in New Jersey, to compare and analyze my makeup and skin purchases. And once she pointed it out, I couldn't unsee it. All right, so let me just go down. Oh yeah, you can see. So the bottom line is, are we ordering products through third party, through Amazon that are fakes? They're fakes. So through a combination of lab testing and expert assessment, we concluded that all 12 of the beauty products, all of them, that she purchased from a third-party seller on Amazon, eBay, Shine, Walmart, were either not what they claimed to be or questionable for reasons beyond their authenticity. Johnson went farther, explicitly stating that they were all definitely identified as counterfeits. So this is right up my cyber alley because it's about how to get scammed, but I've always wondered, and I don't know, I'll send that to Julie. I'm always suspicious. Well, you know, I'm in cyber, so I'm suspicious, but I'm always suspicious of things that we purchase on Amazon. And is it real? And I know I've got, oh, Bay Harbor Beauty, there you are. I'm talking beauty products. I don't know if you were here. I was saying that you did a show, your lipstick show with the quality control issues. And then the next day I saw this in Wirecutter about counterfeits that you get from Amazon, and it was on makeup. I'll email you this. I want you to look into it further. I'm just teeing it up. You're the expert. But it makes me wonder about everything we purchase on Amazon. And I did purchase, I really love Wow hair mask, and it comes in a jar. And I always get it from Wow. And the one time I got it from Amazon, it was not the same product. It was not the same consistency. It didn't do the same job. It was, instead of being like condensed gel, it was liquid. It was not the same product. And what can you do? You buy it from Amazon. So my point is, I would rather go directly to a small company like Bay Harbor Beauty direct. This is just one giant commercial for you, Julie. That's it. Bay Harbor Beauty Shop says, as a company, you can have your items on Amazon. You can upload your actual shop items. I don't know. Hey, Grammy 72. I don't know why. I don't know how to tell. How do you tell if you're getting it directly from the company, or because when you get it from Amazon and that was always my fear of going with Amazon. I did finally cave, and I buy a lot from Amazon now. But they're saying they did it with Walmart, eBay, Shine. I mean, that's crazy. That's like all the distributors, right? But you do need to buy it directly through the company. Yeah, so I just say go direct to the small companies, especially if you want to have makeup, right? Hair products, makeup. I mean, there's some things I don't really care if you're buying whatever clothing or, you know, I don't know, even laundry detergent, whatever. I want it to be good stuff. I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to put Bay Harbor Beauty's YouTube channel because you're going to have to go and see her, which means I have to look at my phone again. Sorry. I'm so polite when I do it, though. Let me go get her channel. And I'm going to ask you to go sub, because she also did a makeup tutorial the other night. It was fabulous. I learned so much. I was putting things on in the wrong order, or, I mean, it's not wrong, I'm sure, but a different order than what she did. And she looked so beautiful. I'm like, okay, I'm going to look like her. There she is. It's called Let's Get Ready Today. You really have to watch it. It was a good one. Okay, I'm going to put this in the chat. Like I said, I don't want to do it from my PC. There's a lot of clicking around that you have to do when you do it from your PC. Exactly, freeze frame. We're excited. We're excited for Bondi to tell us everything. Okay, Bay Harbor Beauty is going to do a live tonight. Making hyaluronic acid serum. What the frig is that? That looks good. I know, she did look so beautiful. Oh, it's Kristen. Even before we were like, damn her, she already looks good. No, you did come over and take over. I was already going down. I said to the chat, I read this article right after seeing your show on the lipsticks, which by the way, now I'm constantly inspecting. Like I used to just throw my lipstick on. Now I'm like, oh gosh, what's in there? Which I guess is good, but I mean, I'm a germaphobe, so it's not really good, to be honest with you. That's all I have. I have 20 minutes before I jump in on a meeting. Anyone have anything else, or I'm going to let you go? See how I'm doing a better job, not just disappearing? Read what I put about Colleen. Okay, a few chats above. Sorry. Did I miss you? Oh, yeah, there it is. Hold on. Sorry. Totally missed it. No, that's not it. I just saw it. Where'd it go? Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I just found Sherry. That's funny. I'm more freaked out by the lady who washes her underwear in the hotel coffee maker. Okay. What? At nice hotels, not. That's okay, because I don't ever use the hotel coffee maker. No, get up and go out and get a cup of coffee. All right. Let me read Bay Harbor. Here it is. I knew I saw it. Go on Amazon and put in Colleen Rossford. You can see that it's actually her selling products. Is that, yeah, that's the one that was the one, right? That was selling the lipstick. That's the one that you did. Yeah. Lizzie, I'm so glad you caught the end. Yeah, this was a short one. I had to run. But what I was saying is so when I first did my very first, I was telling someone this, the very first live, you're nervous. I mean, even though it's not really a big deal, it is, you don't want to screw up, right? Because it's out there and someone finally said to me, it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be done. Just get it done with. And I'm like, okay. And I remember I got on. It was funny. It's still up if you want to go watch it. It was good. It was fine. Except during the intro, I didn't know you could hear me, and I was doing breathing exercises and saying things like, we're going live, which is really funny. I left it up there because it's cute and it's me. And that's what you do before you speak on stage, right? Or before, if you're in a play or doing a conference, you do the exercises. So I was doing them and you could hear me. But I remember it was fine once I got going. But like 20 minutes into it, I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, it's only been 20 minutes. Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I think the first one was maybe 30 minutes long. And for the first few shows, after 30 minutes, I just wanted to be done. But I would literally be like, look at the clock. I'd be like, thanks, everyone. And I'd hang up. I would not end it smoothly at all. And people were so kind. They'd be like, you can do, you should ease out of the goodbye. You need to read the chat and give everyone a chance. So I've gotten better with that. All that to say, I'm getting better. Jen FL5, thanks, Cyberchick. Love these video series, chatting with you all and catching up. Thank you. I do too. I really do too. Oh yeah, Bay Harbor Beauty. I got what you were saying. You were saying you can buy directly from a company. I know. On Amazon. Yeah. You don't have to go to the company's website. You can buy it directly. Yeah, I got that. Sherry's never using a coffee maker again. I never use a coffee maker in the room. No. Conflicts of interest. All right, so everyone make sure you sub to Bay Harbor Beauty. We're going to be there tonight. I think she said 6 o'clock Central Time. So let's be there. And if you have a chance, go to Lacey's. Lacey, it sounds like Lacey can use some help at 4:30. I'll try to get in the chat. I'll be in a meeting, but I'll try to get in the chat there. Oh, wait a minute. Lynn, you waited till the end because you knew I'd say, come on with me. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Bye, Christy Nome. All right, we'll catch up tomorrow. I'll do one tomorrow. We'll see everyone. Have a great day. Have a great night.